you learn in current time, the more the time you stay on the other side. I mean, after that.
The more you learn
From the current time you are alive, right? You learn more things. The more you learn, the more you stay on the other side. The longer time you stay on the other side in order to digest what you learn.
No, that's not the case, because now all these regulations are because of overpopulation. There is a deep Störung. Was heißt Störung? Deep interruption. It's imbalance of these cycles, because there would be, if the Earth would not be overpopulated, there would be a certain ratio where you stay in life, and then your spirit form is in the beyond, so-called other side or beyond or so, where the new personality is built. But all this is out of synchronization, out of it's a turmoil, everything. So if you die, your spirit form could appear again in 1 month. Or in 20 years, and so it's you cannot count. There is everything is out of order, and certainly this has not to do with knowledge, with the amount of knowledge or what you learn in this life. These are other factors from cause and effect. Mm-hmm.
Normally, without the overpopulation, so the normal process will be what you've experienced on the other side. If you wait to process, digest everything, then you incarnate as a new personality. Right?
Mm-hmm.
But what if for now, since this imbalance and overpopulation happening, what's the main effect to the reincarnation? It hasn't been totally digested, then incarnate as a new personality. So what's the main effect?
Yeah, the effect is that the people are coming, actually they are forced, a spirit form is forced into the embryo on the 21st day. If the embryo is developing correctly, and for the first 20, after insemination of the egg, then the first 21 days, it's actually like it's a floral or some vegetable-like life. It's the cells are multiplying. There is actually no human being in it, because the spirit form enters on the 21st day when the heart begins to pump. And then if we cannot steer which spirit form will, a spirit form must enter at this stage of the cell heap, the cell. A spirit form must enter, and then some spirit form is drawn in. There is no one there to command, now to use spirit form, you have to go in this. This happens in energetic-wise, energetically. No one steers this, and so if you have bad luck, you are a personality now that has to come too early, and so perhaps certain aspects of your personality are not major enough, or have some, like if you go to bed and have to get up after 2 hours instead of sleeping 8 hours, you are perhaps not as awake as a person who has slept enough. You could imagine the same principle. So building a new personality needs time. The new personality is built on the old personalities, all the personalities that existed before. From this knowledge, from this energy mass, the new personality is built up, and this needs time. Digesting needs not much time after your death, but building the new consciousness, the new personality, that needs time. And there are some, if this is too short, then there may be some impairments. But all the same, if you think correctly in your next life, you can overcome these handicaps, because it's no excuse that the people cannot come and say, "Oh, I kill you because I have been not enough many years in the beyond. That's not my fault. The creation's fault." That's it doesn't work like this. But you have perhaps like in some sports, you have to wear a weight to compare to the others, so you are not in a fertile. So all have the same change. So you have more to struggle. Some people have to struggle more than others, but all human beings can, if they are starting from an early age on and have good parents, and that the surrounding people are positive, they can lead a good life, don't have these bad effects steering their life. So no, actually, it's there are some limits or restrictions or some limitations. For instance, if you are have been born in Canada, you are living in this society here with some level of consciousness, of awareness about things, and so you will not be born into a tribe in the heart of Africa, for instance. So usually your spirit form reincarnates in the same field or civilization or society where you have been before, because this is also a spiritual law. So it is made sure that you progress, because if you go from Inter here and then to the Amazonas, so it's like a sentence, and so because you should learn in your life, and then you should also, there are people who don't learn much. They live all day and drink their beer and look TV, advertisements, so they don't make much thinking. But if you are leading a life and try to be a good human being, learning and everything, then there should be a higher possibility that in your next existence that you can continue with this. And so it's important also that the more intelligent people in certain countries should not leave their country. They should stay there and try to build up their country and to make a good governance and everything to bring the country further. But these are restrictions, but there are also, I don't think, restrictions if you are a woman in this life, you will always be a woman, that this will change from time to time, but this is not as important. But there has been, in the times of the Leben and Tod, there is a book by FIGU where there are some regulations or some about death and rebirth, some determinations, but these had to do with the people who are under the codex, and this has ceased to exist, and now everybody is put on the same level. There are no exceptions. You cannot steer the whole process. Mm-hmm.
Question with respect to incarnation. So, as it relates to if a person, is there such a thing as a person dying sooner than they should have, as according to some determination? And if so, in the next reincarnation, and I'm going based on something that I read, it may be wrong.
No, this is not like this. This only applied to certain human beings.
No, I mean with respect to when you come back, that if, let's say, you die at 40 years of age, and you come back in your next life, that you're going to continue the next 20 and then die early again?
No.
Okay.
No.
Oh, so that is that. Okay.
No.
All right.
Yeah, this has been, but it makes no sense to explain these things regarding the codex, because this does not apply. So everybody falls under the same reincarnation laws, actually, be it you and I and everybody on Earth. It's the same.
So then one question that might be partly related. Billy has the ability to calculate, as the player, and to calculate the time in which a person will pass or die. How is this? One is curious as to how this is predetermined because of the whole free will thing that we take into consideration. We have our free will, we exercise our free will. We try to stay away from danger and try to keep healthy, live as long as we can. So how is it that someone or something can know when a person's day will finally come?
He doesn't do such calculations for anybody, but if you would jump into the future, of course, then you would know. That's possible to go into the future in reality. Then you would know about this. And so, there, as far as I know, there was one exception. The German Josef Strauss from Bayern. Franz Josef Strauss, he once wrote to Billy, he wanted to know how long he lives, and then the Plejaren, not Billy calculated, but the Plejaren gave the information to him. So he was the only exception in all this mission here, where someone was told about his lifespan.
Did they kill him in the airplane?
Franz Josef Strauss, he died on Earth.
I have blood pressure, but apparently it was in the airplane, and there might have been an accident constructed.
No, I don't think so.
I have another question.
But no, that you have to go to the future, because you have your free will. There can be an accident. There have been accidents in among certain people of the mission that were not foreseen, and it doesn't. By the way, it doesn't make sense to calculate how long a person lives, and because if we would know when we die, we would try to evade.
Why not?
To do everything. All our focus would be to avoid our death date.
Yeah.
We would not live
And have a miserable existence.
a miserable existence, and then perhaps several years before we have an accident and dying and have had a miserable life.